As soon as this coating applicator touches the paint, I'm promising you no edits.
Yeah.
So from start to finish, you're gonna see how long it takes. Our towels are ready, our ceramic coating is ready. Are you ready for a real-time application to find out how long it really takes?
To apply ceramic coating. Hi, I'm Ivan.
I'm Nick.
And this is DIY Detail. We have a beautiful C6 Corvette. And for the C6 Corvette, C6 Hydro Light is our coating of choice today. We'll be applying the C6 Hydro Light and using, of course, our level 1 towel as our first level and the Freebird 400 as the insurance towel.
That sounds good to me, Ivan. If
Yep.
I'm applying a ceramic coating, is it really this easy, or do I need to do some other stuff beforehand?
Well, we need to do stuff beforehand. That stuff beforehand, there'll be links down below. We washed, we decontaminated, then we polished and applied adhesion promoter polish.
But it's not like you have to go to get training for this.
No.
We show you how to lightly polish this paint with one pad, one buffing liquid, you could say. It's called the gold standard polish.
Yeah.
And a very easy to do process. That's all over, Ivan, in your hand. Why did we choose C6 Ceramics Hydro Light?
Well, it's our best ceramic coating, and also, it is a C6 Corvette, so it's just fitting that we use a C6 ceramic on it.
Why is there the name C6, in fact? I want to get to coating. We're going to get that going in a second, and perhaps we could wait until we start coating to ask that question, but a customer actually asked us that the other day when we applied Hydro Light in his truck, and I loved your answer.
Right. If you remember back to the table of elements from high school, C6 is carbon. Diamonds are the only gemstone that are 100% carbon. A diamond is just another form of carbon. So C6, that's where that comes from. And we use refined detonated nanodiamonds as one of the ingredients in the C6 Hydro Light.
Got rid of the bags. We're ready to ceramic coat. What are the towels that we need? What are the applicator? Show me what you got.
Right, so we have the level 1, as the name suggests, it's for leveling coatings. And then we have the Freebird 400, our nice fluffy plush towel for the insurance wipe.
Yeah, short nap for that first leveling, and then this for the insurance, as you said. I'm gonna follow your lead, Ivan.
Right, and they're a pearl weave towel and a cherry weave towel. Now, C6 Ceramics, mix it up a little bit. This is an experimental bottle, so I'm gonna be putting a lot more drops than you would at home. We're not gonna be using this for the consumer coatings because it's just too much work. That being said, Nick, you had mentioned one thing when we first started there about not needing training. The training that you need for a ceramic coating is subscribing to the DIY Detail YouTube channel.
There's certain things that are better learned, I think, in person.
Yeah.
But this is simple enough that you can really do this after watching enough videos. I know that you're gonna learn by doing. You'll always learn by doing. But don't be afraid to actually do this at home for the first time on your ride. You just gotta follow these steps.
Yeah.
And by the way, we used adhesion promoter polish before this. You could also use panel prep before ceramic coatings, but we highly recommend app.
Right, the adhesion promoter polish gives you more gloss, more slickness, and longer longevity on the coating, or better longevity, because it opens up the pores of the paint or the clear coat and allows the coating to go into it.
As soon as this coating applicator touches the paint, I'm promising you no edits.
Yeah.
So from start to finish, you're gonna see how long it takes. So
even if I fumble my words,
even if I
do,
say something stupid, we're gonna rock and roll.
So, starting not boxing the panel because I want to prime my applicator pad. I've already put the coating on it. Starting in the center here, and you see how thick it is. I don't want it that thick. So I'm gonna spread and spread and spread to thin it out. Making sure to go past the edge. And the front end of this has paint protection film. We are coating the paint protection film as well.
We will usually say, wait until this oil slick on water, this
rainbow
effect, whatever, kind of flashes to 50%.
Yeah.
And then you go ahead and wipe with your towel and actually level the excess. It can depend on humidity and temperature, Ivan.
Yeah.
So if they're not here, what should they know?
Well, look for it, look at it, and then try. It's maybe better to try before than too late. And by trying before, if your towel feels grabby, wait another 30 seconds and try it again. The coating instantly bonds, so it's not a big deal if you were to apply it and wipe immediately, but you're just giving yourself more work.
Oh my gosh. Hydro-Lite is so easy to level.
Yeah.
And I'm not feeling any resistance under my towel.
Perfect.
You will notice in person if it feels grabby or not. You don't have to just be like, well, maybe Nick and Ivan know they've done hundreds of thousands of cars. No, you'll feel it if it's kind of rough and you feel like you're moving peanut butter around. It's too early, but this was just so smooth. I've actually installed Hydro-Lite probably, I don't know, at least a dozen cars. It's not my number one most used. You know, you've done a lot more R&D with these coatings than I have. I always find Hydro-Lite a total breeze to level, Ivan, and install.
Yeah.
Is there a reason for that?
It's designed that way. I'm inherently a very lazy person, so I try to make things as easy as possible. And a professional coating, as far as I'm concerned, should be the easiest to install because a professional doesn't have time to dilly-dally around. They've got a job to do.
Speaking of, I'm just gonna continue to let you do what you do.
So we're doing all the upper surfaces first. That way, it's a lot faster. We're standing up. And then once we get to the lower surfaces, we'll get on our little cruisers and cruise around. So Nick, the roof and the B-pillar, and see, I've got a big excess of coating there. That's where I first put down my applicator. So you can see that coating. Let me pick it up.
You don't want me to pick that up later, you want to pick that up with your applicator?
Right, I don't want to waste coating.
No, you don't. You're not a waster, Ivan.
No.
All right, so we're leveling.
And of course, if we leave it there, it's gonna create a high spot. And Nick experienced once in his life phantom high spots. They're not fun.
There was a moment when it was Ivan telling me to do it a certain way, and I was like, no, I'm gonna do it my way. And I was, well, those are the days when I also applied the coating and we did it at the same time around the vehicle. We have a system now, and I'm like, if you find something that works, why mess with it?
Yeah.
You apply, I level. It just seems to work really well. But as I was applying that day, I was putting way too much on. Ivan kept saying you're putting too much. I'm like, it's fine, don't worry. We take it out in the sun. It looked good when I leveled it, and there were these mysterious high spots that we couldn't figure out. I was like, why is there a high spot here? I know I leveled it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you put too much on, this is what happened. And I had to learn. Sometimes, folks, I learn from my mistakes. If you have also learned from mistakes, write in the comment below that I'm not alone, because I'm trying to be perfect, Ivan, but it's hard, you know?
No,
and it's not necessary either. I just, you're so meticulous, and I'm trying to get there, but I just sometimes like to go with how I feel and have fun, and I gotta remember we have to do this systematically so we can help people understand the best way to do it, and then after that, you do what you want. But we want to educate you. And it actually becomes more fun when you become meticulous. Like when I step in an area, I'm like, okay, finish this before I move. So every movement's intentional. So when I move over here, whether I'm polishing or washing, okay, so I have this half. What else have you done? Speaking of losing track and focus.
So the rear window and the spoiler, the top part of it.
Okay.
And of course the rest of the hatch here.
All right, so I've got most of that window on the other side. Now the window's fully leveled, except for insurance wipe. I always actually wipe. You see how I'm doing this like way outside the lines?
Yep.
That to me makes sure no high spots will be happening on my watch. High spots just an excess of coating, but it can be very ugly, Ivan. We don't like ugly.
Right.
We're a beautification business here. We make cars shine. Should I be worried about high spots? What should I know?
Well, high spots are usually found where there's an intersection of two panels. When you have that intersection, that is when you have the chance of getting high spots. Now I'm gonna do the side window here, Nick. I know I didn't do it on the other side. We'll go back and do that.
Okay.
And I'm doing the A-pillar, but I'm not doing the windshield for a very specific reason. Stick around to the end to find out.
I mean, I'm ready to find out. I don't even know what you're talking about. Very exciting.
Yeah.
Well, what was that move?
Well, to get the upper part of the window here.
Okay, then I better leave it open for
just level that.
Okay.
Just that quick top part of the window.
Well, I often level glass and plastic right away, and you're saying with our new coatings, that's perfectly fine, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with leveling right away, no matter what substrate.
Right.
And obviously, I wasn't paying attention because you hadn't even done the glass, and
I just done the upper edge.
Got it. Okay, so I'm gonna hit that glass right away.
And I did the A-pillar as well.
All right. And the plastics, again, I like to get plastics right away. All plastics are different, right, Ivan? So if you run into a plastic that doesn't like you may, there's probably a better scientific term than that, but you may need to like reapply a little coating on your applicator to get it to move if you don't level it right away.
Exactly. Now, Nick, the roof was done. I don't know if you leveled that yet. Looks like you did.
Yep.
Okay.
But as my insurance towel, and I do love the Freebird here, such a great way to just make sure I'm not leaving any high spots. 2 different towels, one's short nap, one's plush, one's right hand, one's left hand. One step 1, one step 2. It just keeps it simple.
Yeah. Now I have done the whole window here, Nick, so I'll hold the door for you as you level the top edge.
Thank you. Check this move out. Ivan taught me this. You take your 4 edges of your towel, you make them as flush as you can. Probably not this necessary to do it like that. Then you put your thumb under this, and Ivan, I don't know where you came up with this method, but now my towel's not flopping around on me.
It's been around as long as towels have been around, Nick.
Well, you're never too old to learn something new. And there's my insurance towel. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm gonna go outside the lines, just triple chicken everywhere I go, because I don't wanna deal with high spots later.
Yep.
It could be our C6 Ceramics adhesion promoter polish, because I feel like every time I use app first, the coating just levels so easily. It almost self-levels, which you have to kind of work with the coatings, and if you've done enough, you'll understand what that means. If not, just do what we're saying and it'll be a breeze. You all right?
Yep.
Ooh, look at him cruising around on the LaCroix Cruiser.
You'll want to be at this side, Nick, because I'm going that way.
Got it. Oh, I forgot this is real time, so we're just showing them how the sausage gets made. All right. So what's your logic? Why are we starting on the front fender here now?
Well, that way we can roll around the vehicle and finish with the front bumper. And the reason I want to finish with the front bumper is there is a bigger possibility there of picking up moisture on my applicator pad, something I don't want to do.
Oh, and tell me about that.
Well, once you get moisture in your applicator, you need to change your applicator, because moisture is what cures the coating.
Did you go all the way up here or just this edge?
All the way to the hood.
Got it.
So this whole part, including the chrome Grand Sport emblem. Yeah.
So what can you ceramic coat? It's probably a good time with so many sensors and pieces of plastic and logos and chrome on cars. Like, what can I coat? What can I not coat?
On the outside of the car, don't coat the tires.
That's it?
That's it. It really is that simple.
What can I expect out of C6 Ceramics Hydro Light? Why would I use this coating to ceramic coat my ride?
Spectacular hydrophobics. Great durability, longevity, easy to clean, and that's one of the main reasons you want a coating, is to make your vehicle easier to clean. So the door, including the mirror, Nick.
The hydrophobics are gonna be the fun part of a ceramic coating.
Yeah.
The ease of clean is where you're gonna be, I think, super grateful and glad you put in the work for it.
Yeah.
It's not as sexy necessarily, but it's like, oh, this is why I got this car. This is why I got a coating. It's because it's so much easier for me to maintain.
Yeah.
It's gonna make me want to maintain it more because it's so easy to maintain. Doesn't mean you never have to maintain a vehicle though.
No.
I'm like, you can't just coat it and set it and forget it.
No, a lot of people think that either A, you put a coating on and you never have to wash it again, which that's really bad, or that when you wash it, you have to buy all these special products and you have to wash it a certain way. No, you don't have to wash it any differently than you normally wash. Just have a nice, safe wash.
It's like if you go to the dentist for your checkup and they do that deep clean, doesn't mean you don't have to brush your teeth for the next 6 months.
No.
You know, and I'm not saying that those are metaphorically the same thing, because a coating is not a cleaning. It's just, you need to keep maintaining your ride, even if it's coated, guys.
Yeah.
And gals.
So making sure to get well inside this door handle.
Spots around mirrors are notorious ceramic coating high spots. I've left plenty of them down in the corners here. That's why I kind of went like this and like that. Just want to make sure You're not leaving an excess of coating on the paint. A visual blight, but I mean, your car will definitely be protected there if you leave one.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
No.
Gosh, this is easy. I'm not even needing the insurance towel for this, Ivan.
No, once you've used C6 app, you really appreciate it.
Okay. So
The whole
front fender's done, rear quarter's done.
Yeah.
Passenger door is done. I have leveled. I'm insurance wiping over onto the next panel just to be redundant and safe and all the things.
And we use body lines as reference points. So we have a seam here, we'll use that seam as a reference point. So I'm starting at the seam and I'm gonna work my way around. And by working my way around, as Nick follows me, he's going at the same pace and the same speed that I am. So what was applied here first, he's gonna level this first, and by the time I get there, he's leveling along and the coating doesn't have too long to stay on the surface. Now, if you did accidentally leave it on the surface, you had to take a phone call, your kids needed you, whatever, you can always come back within about an hour and just reapply coating to that surface. It's gonna reliquefy it and make it easy to wipe off.
Ivan, there was a perception that I had for the longest time that if the coating was hard to apply,
Yeah.
if it was difficult to remove, surely it would be better. I mean, I truly think that's a natural inclination of detailers.
Yeah.
We're professional overthinkers. Is there something to that at least? If it's not totally wrong, is it partially right?
It's not partially right, and it is totally wrong.
Okay.
There is no need for difficult to apply coatings in this day and age. The technology has advanced so much that it's really, really not necessary. And if the coating that you're using is difficult to apply and the coating company says, oh, like Nick said, you know, if it's difficult to apply or if it's too easy to apply, it can't be good, I'd maybe try to find another supplier.
I was trying to stay off camera so you could talk there. It was a little awkward for me reaching over, so I'm gonna actually assume the position over here. I got about to this light, so you're just working the bumper.
Yeah, so the whole bumper, now I've done the splitter to here, I stopped here. So you can start on the splitter at the bottom.
You say splitter like I know what you're talking about.
This is a splitter.
Okay, this is, what does that even mean, a splitter?
It splits the air. See these things?
Uh-huh. Okay, and you got all the way down here?
Yeah, of course.
We ceramic coat everything, you said, except for the tires.
Pretty much.
Love it.
And yes, if you have parking sensors on your bumper, which this doesn't, by all means, do coat them. If you have cameras on the vehicle, backup cameras, there's little cameras in mirrors now, and on the front end, coat those. If you have LiDAR sensors, you definitely want to coat the LiDAR sensors because you don't want snow to accumulate on those sensors. So the better it's coated, the better it's protected, less chance of snow accumulating.
What kind of lighting is ideal for a ceramic coating application, Ivan?
I haven't found the ideal light yet. It's just being methodical. So if you're methodical, you don't need special lighting, you just need to know what you've done. So the whole bumper, splitter, everything is done, Nick.
Bumper, lights, splitter, got it.
So because of the intricacy of the bumper, I'm gonna take a little 30-second break, give Nick time to catch up. Applying to the intricate areas is actually fairly quick, but leveling requires a little more time, so.
I don't know, it just seems like Hydro Light is so easy, Ivan. I'm not seeing any excess. Like,
no.
It seems like it just plays so well with app.
Well, they were, you know, sort of designed to go together, Nick.
I know, this might be the easiest install I've ever done in terms of leveling. I just want the people to know that this is that easy, and it's probably something they should consider.
Yeah, if you've applied a wax before, coating is easier.
Never understood that till we had our own wax, and I got a lot of reps in with the wax, and I would agree wholeheartedly. Although the wax finish is really nice.
Yeah.
You can get the best of both worlds by actually waiting a week after ceramic coating.
Yeah, and then applying your wax.
Yeah. What does that do for you?
Well, the wax does a couple things. First of all, like you said, it gives an unmistakable wax-like glow because it's not just wax-like, it is a wax. The other aspect of applying a wax is if you're unfortunately in an area that you can't not park by a sprinkler because you're forced to where you live or where you work, sprinklers equal water spots.
Water spots are no fun.
No.
They're frustrating.
Yeah, and a wax actually helps prevent water spots. Now our coating applicator is really nice because I can do something like this. I can actually get into these brake vents. I don't know if these are real or, oh, they actually look real. Some cars, they're visual distractions.
Really?
Yeah.
They look cool, right?
Yeah, but these are actually, this being a Grand Sport, they're more than likely functional. And they look functional, they look like they're actually going somewhere.
Was I level first and then insurance wipe? I got a little sloppy with the technique there. I actually used my insurance towel as my first leveling towel. There's just not that a lot that I'm picking up, Ivan. I'm not getting a wet towel or anything, so.
Yeah. You know, there is a myth that you have to apply coatings really thick. It's a myth. Don't do it.
Hey, have you done this door yet?
No.
Okay.
That's where I'm going.
seeing a little excess adhesion promoter polish that I didn't wipe off.
Okay.
So let's say that I missed that, Ivan.
Yep.
Let's say that I didn't wipe off all my adhesion promoter polish. What are the issues if I don't do that right?
Well, you're gonna get adhesion promoter polish on your applicator. Not a good thing to do.
It just looked like a little sloppy wipe. I don't think it was a lot. It was just maybe a couple missed spots. I think we're good now.
Not a problem. As I mentioned, this applicator, not only can you get it in everywhere, it's just really easy to work with because it's holding on to me. I don't have to hold on to the applicator. And where people get into problems with this applicator is trying to do this. So they're like this and their fingers are up on the edge. You want it as flat as possible. If you keep it flat, it's great. Now, you see I'm doing it here, but look at my shoulder when I'm doing this. My shoulder's sort of up in the air, my elbow's up in the air. If I just flip my hand around to the other side, use the back of my fingers, now it's super easy to reach. So listen to your body as you're doing this. Look at how you're positioned. And if you've never done this before, and if you are a professional, this is something you should do, is set up a video camera and actually record yourself applying a coating, doing a detail, and look at all these little things. You may not realize as you're doing it that you've got your shoulder all jacked up, but in reality, you've got it. And when we're in the moment, we don't feel it, we don't see it. Look at that film and realize that, oh, this is why I have a sore shoulder at the end of the day.
You feel it, but you don't even know why.
Right. Now, I think I did the mirror before, but I've done it again. So,
okay.
Yeah. So just
You're starting to sound more and more like me, saying in the moment and thinking you did it and doing it again. That's wow. Am I wearing off on you, Ivan? What's going on?
Sometimes.
What happened?
Yeah. And you notice how many drops I put on this pad? Don't do that. This is an experimental applicator we're trying, or bottle stopper. Not good.
But we're mixing a little R&D into the process for everybody.
Yeah. For me, R&D is a lifelong thing. It's not something that happens once. So going around, getting all the edges first.
The paint is so slick. Like I did the app wipe off here, and then I went back to that quarter, and it was like, what?
So getting in all these little fins here, the Grand Sport logo, and then we apply the coating. Now I boxed in the whole panel, and you'll notice I'm willingly coloring outside the lines. Shout out to my kindergarten teacher.
What was their name? Do you even remember?
I have no idea.
I remember my third grade teacher's name, so shout out to the third grade teachers out there. Miss Cuttigan, thank you. Made me believe in myself, Ivan.
There you go.
Hey, shout out to teachers everywhere, by the way. Well,
Yes.
I think that I'm a teacher at heart, and so are you, Ivan. We're teaching as well, and we love it. So,
And you know, we're almost done. We have the front bumper to do, and that's it.
This doesn't feel like it's taking as long as I thought it would.
No. Now, I teased that we didn't do the windshield for a reason. If you're still here, you're gonna find out very soon. So headlight, Nick, and then the fender. Or the bumper, I should say.
Okay, I'm just finishing up this fender.
Yeah. Now the bumper, I'm gonna break into two parts because just like the back bumper, there's a lot of intricacies here. So I wanna give Nick the time to make sure he has no high spots. He's not rushed, he's not stressed that he has to keep up. We're just making sure that I'm making sure I'm getting it everywhere, and Nick is making sure that he's leveling everywhere.
Again, way outside the lines to mitigate against potential.
Now, like I mentioned before, oh, 1 second, Nick. Look, I picked up a bit of water here. You have that, the one you use to wipe the app off with?
Yep.
We have washed this car. We've blown dried it with an Ego blower. We've polished it, and the vibration from the polishing brings water out. It's been a couple hours, and there's still water coming out of areas. You can blow dry till you're blue in the face. You're still gonna get water coming out.
That's kind of just something we have to accept.
Yeah.
As detailers. I mean, I guess you could spend 20 minutes on one spot and you'd probably get the water.
Eventually.
But you're not that kind of guy.
No. It's best just to observe as you're applying. And if you see something that's gonna cause a problem, get to it before it does cause a problem. Don't forget, you want to do the underside of these panels too. They deserve being cleaned. And more water. Okay, so this whole half of the bumper is done. Let me slide over to the other half. Give Nick the opportunity to catch up.
How are we feeling over there, Ivan?
I'm good.
How's the paint looking?
Spectacular.
It feels incredibly slick to me, I can tell you that much.
Now, Sylvie's just mentioning another big advantage of having a coating on your car. We mentioned water spots, but bird droppings, tree sap, insect strikes. Those are all things that a coating can help mitigate.
Absolutely, 100%. When I was working in the TV news business, I finally worked my way up from being a one-man band where I would record my own videos and then stand in front of the camera, do all the reporting. I got to a big market. I got to Seattle. And there were two-person crews there.
Yeah.
And the news director at the time, what he really liked is, he's like, it's not necessarily that the photography's better when you have two people. That was his opinion. He's like, I like that when we're on a story, because he's the news director. It really matters how we do this. He's the boss. I like having two brains. He's like, two brains are better than one. Well, in our case, we have three. And Sylvie's usually the one who has the most intelligent things to bring up, because she's like the producer behind the scenes. So thank you to Sylvie. Always thinking of just a useful piece of information that can help serve you at home. Like, what are we missing out on as we talk and work that folks can learn from? And that's always the goal. So if you want to leave a comment saying thank you to Sylvie, I'm sure she'd love to see that. So thank you, Sylvie. And we do respond to all the comments. And Ivan usually responds to all the comments. So we love the engagement on YouTube, and we often learn from people's questions and comments. We come up with video ideas because we know what are people actually curious about out there. And then we make videos about it.
One thing that you mentioned engaging with our public, and thank you for being here, is every time we release a video, it's done as a live premiere, meaning that you have access to Nick and I. We're there chatting. We normally have at least 100 people there where we can all chat together, ask questions as the video is running for the first time. They're seeing it live, they're seeing it the first time, plus they're getting to, or we're getting to chat with our public, actually. It's more of an honor for me than I think it is for the people watching. But Nick, we're all done except for one part.
We are all done, right?
The windshield.
I'm just making sure there's no high spots on my watch. Yeah. Windshield. What are we doing with the windshield, Ivan?
Well, the windshield, I leave it to last for one very special reason. I mentioned this before. I'm a very frugal person.
The most frugal person I know.
I do not want to leave coating in my applicator. And on the paint, you never apply pressure to your applicator. On the glass, you can. So I'm gonna squeeze every little last drop out of this applicator.
As Ivan does that, I'm just gonna sort of do my first walk around.
Yeah.
Not necessary. Potentially, this is a waste of my steps and efficiency, but it's gonna take him a second. I'm just gonna do my different angle walkabout. You can use sunlight, you can use twilight. For your high spot check, I do highly recommend doing a high spot inspection after you're done, and this is just me trying to weave that into this process in real time.
Yeah. Now you notice I coated the wiper arms. I don't coat the wipers. I've seen some people suggest that. Not a good idea.
Why is that, Ivan?
It's rubber. For the same reason we didn't coat the tires.
Okay.
It's not gonna do anything for the wipers.
It's so rewarding to get a vehicle just totally clean, polished, and protected.
Yep.
And you just have that peace of mind. Like, you know, we did my Jeep together, and it still feels super slick to the touch months and months later.
Yeah.
And when I don't get to washing it for 2 or 3 weeks, even though I know it's not good, I at least know we did it the right way on the front end. We built the house with a solid foundation.
Right.
It's salvageable, right? Like I can have that peace of mind knowing it's not just baking out there in the sun or the elements. I've got protection on it, substantial ceramic protection. Do you want to address just what a ceramic coating does before we leave?
Right, ceramic coating provides chemical resistance. Ceramic coating, of course, gives you gloss, shininess, water beading, that's all great. But the chemical resistance, bird droppings, fallout, insect strikes, all tree sap, makes those things easier to remove and prevents or helps to prevent permanent etching. Of course, if you leave a bird dropping in the sun on a black car for 3 weeks, there might be a consequence to that. What a coating doesn't do is make the car self-clean, make it scratch resistant or scratch proof. I've heard people say that. It doesn't replace paint protection film, and paint protection film doesn't replace a coating. They work well together, and if you want paint protection film, get paint protection film and put a coating on top of it.
I'm extra inspecting the driver's door because that's what the driver's gonna see all the time, Ivan, and I wanna make sure it's looking pristine.
Right, and those of you that remember cassettes, I'm rewinding at this point.
Yeah.
I'm going back around the vehicle, but looking at it at a different angle than when we first did it. That way, by doing that, if we did leave a high spot somewhere, this is a better chance to see it because of that rewinding. So I'm looking at it from a different angle. When we were doing it, I was looking at it from this angle all the time. Now I'm looking at it from this angle.
I like that, Ivan. Are you seeing anything?
No, looking good.
Do you want to just feel what it feels like under this towel, just to feel that wow that I'm experiencing?
Oh yeah, that is, like the towel moves, almost moves by itself.
I know we do this every day, but it's like, come on, we gotta enjoy it too, right?
Oh yeah, it is fun.
We actually do enjoy that. It's not just a business. We're not just trying to crank out videos and sell products. Like, we love this process. We love the results, just like you do at home. We're with you at home. We hope that we are helping you to learn and empowering you to take care of your own ride. Ivan, if they enjoyed this.
Well, actually, Sylvie had one more thing to add.
Okay.
You need to make friends.
Yeah. It's good to have the best coating in the world. You still need to maintain it. And that maintenance is just keep your car washed. Every 3, 6, 12 months, depending on how you use your vehicle. At that point, decontaminate.
Okay, so they may want to know how to decontaminate.
Yeah. And I think there's a video right here.